We all understand the type of climate that we're dealing with. We're dealing with multiple offer situations.
I'd love to know sort of what's your why? What makes you tick? Why are you so successful?
Have a dialogue with your lawyer. Have a dialogue with your agent.
Both sort of passionate about sort of what we do.
Again, vet your agent to make sure that they're experienced and they're local. I like that idea.
No excuse to miss it on Saturdays from 8 to 9.
That's right.
WBZ.
And now, the show that gives you the latest and most relevant housing market news. Real Estate Radio Boston with financial expert Rick Scherer and legal professional Ali Alavi.
We're friends on Facebook.
Yes, sir.
And, the posts that you put on Facebook is not your usual posts that I'm the best realtor in the whole world. Please give me a call. The market's hot. It's more about your reflection on everyday life. And it could be about the fact that you want to cook that day and you're asking for recipes, or it's about the fact that some tree company never showed up despite the fact that they made appointments twice in a row. And you get this unbelievable following on Facebook, and you generate a great deal of activity and comments by your sort of sphere of influence. How did that come about, and is that generating business for you? And do you recommend that to the rest of your professionals? Colleagues, I should say.
First off, it's definitely generating business for me. Mm-hmm. And like I was saying earlier, people will do business with people they like and trust.
Right. Sure.
And I think with the social media, if you're putting across, you're just a normal guy. You have 2 kids. You're running late for basketball practice. People can relate to that. If they can relate to you, there's a possibility and a probability that they may like you. If they like you and they trust you, they'll be willing to do business with you. So it's about building trust, and it's about building relationships. And I really enjoy Facebook. I get a lot of interaction with friends. I get to see old friends. And I get new business, which is nice.
Yeah, and you're also able to turn around some of the listings that you have, and you put it up to your people that are obviously following you and watching what you do.
So the Miracle Morning for Real Estate Agents became the natural fit, and I never wrote the Miracle Morning for Real Estate Agents, like I never wrote the book intended for real estate agents initially. And a good friend of mine, Isaac Stegman, do you guys know Isaac?
I do.
Yes.
So Isaac, he bought 100 copies from me, and he's a big networker in the real estate community, and he gave them out to Gary Keller and Jay Papasan and you guys and all these influencers, and then he has since given out 400 more copies. I mean, he's a generous guy. And he single-handedly started this movement in the real estate community. And so when I was debating or figuring out, well, what's the next book in the series, I went, well, the number one demographic that's living the Miracle Morning and benefiting and sharing it's the real estate industry. And so I partnered with Michael Mayer. I partnered, author of 7 Levels of Communication.
Great author. Love his book.
I partnered with Jay Kinder and Mike Reese, the founders of the National Association for Expert Advisors,
nice.
Some of the best real estate trainers in the world. And we created a fictional story. It's a parable where it's a real estate agent and a mortgage broker. They're married. It's actually the characters from 7 Levels of Communication.
Right.
And now they're married, and they've hit some hard times, and it really blends. It's an enlightening blend of a parable with the principles of the Miracle Morning and a lot of advanced principles that I've learned and developed since the original book came out that weren't in the original book that really make this just the perfect, the next classic I think it's going to be in real estate.
We've had conversations with Amanda in the past, and she says, you know what? I know what you guys covered, and it's all great information, but as a first-time home buyer, I still don't have a roadmap. Amanda, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Excellent, thanks.
So, Amanda, have you ever been on air before?
Never, no.
Look at this.
I'm excited, yeah.
First time.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, Amanda. So first-time home buyer, but not really. You're a renter.
Still renting, yeah.
You're sort of contemplating whether buying should be your thing or not.
Yeah.
So ask away. You have a legal professional here. You have a reputable lender here, and we're part of your team. What would be some of the questions that you would want answered?
Boy, I think one of the first things that I kind of want to know is, where do you start? I mean, I think for first-time home buyers, the idea of where to begin is often a really daunting question.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I think, if you could kind of give us an overview of what's the first step that we take as a first-time home buyer, and then, we'll take it from there.
So I'll start because I think it's...
Because I think that's a loaded question, but go ahead.
No, I think you need to sit down with any decision makers in your house. So for you, it's you and your boyfriend, right? Mm-hmm. You're going to sit down and you need to figure out, how much do we want to allocate out of our incomes to spend on housing, home ownership, or renting, whatever that number is.
Right.
And really find out what that means to you. So if you guys decide to back into a number, and let's call it $1,700. Okay, let's call it $1,500, round numbers, okay?
Yeah.
And that's a great place to start. We can allocate $1,500 of our income to our home. The next place is okay, well, we probably need some sort of down payment. Maybe it's 3%, 5%, whatever it is. Where are we going to get that money? Okay, and some of the places you can look for that money is a lot of people are really good at 401k savings. So you might be able to take a loan against your 401k for down payment. You might be able to call mommy and daddy and go, hey, I'm about to go into a house. Is there anything you can help me with? And there's good old fashioned savings. So you got to figure out what you can afford and how much you have to put down.